Hey guys, so I just got back from a screening of Clerks 3. Um a movie I've been generally looking forward to, but before I actually get into the review, I do want to thank people that have made my review for unfavorable odds like one of the most popular reviews I've done. Holy shit. Like it, that I did not expect to like become as popular as it did. Like it's literally funny reading the comments. It seems like a lot of people that the comments section became like a support group for people that watch that piece of shit. Uh, until uh, something happened I had never had happen in all my probably what 10 years I've been doing reviews, where I actually got a message from one of the actors from the movie who I think took it in stride that I called them shitty acting. I think. If thought my review was funny. If so, thank you. Like, I think his name's Charles Ambrose. Again, I hope if he sees this, I hope he did not take any offense what I said. My main issue was not really with the acting. I didn't think the acting was very good, but that was not my main issue. It was the fact that the guy who apparently made this had no idea what the fuck he was doing. Uh, and yeah, like I said, I had fun. I hope he took it all in stride. I really did hope he took it in stride and did not take any offense to what I said. Apparently, the guy's like had a lot of TV roles, so he's been around in Hollywood. So I give him that. I don't blame him for the fucking movie, but it was still fucking awful. But I don't really want to spend more time talking about about that movie. But let's talk about Clerks 3. Um, this was the first time since 2019, July 2019. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was the last movie that I went to a theater and paid to see a movie since I've got had Regal Unlimited. Not making that up. This is the first movie since July of 2019. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was the last movie I actually paid for a ticket. That I paid a ticket for to actually sit down and watch. Um, yeah, and this was because I, this is one of those movies that was being put out through Fathom Events, which this is the first time I've done, not seen anything that is using Fathom Events. There was another one that was playing for that Life Mark movie, which I had zero desire to watch because it's fucking Kirk Cameron, and I'm not. Even if I have the Regal Unlimited, I still have to pay 14 fucking dollars. I am not paying $14 to watch a fucking Kirk Cameron movie. I'm not giving that guy fucking any of my money. I will give Kevin Smith my money any day of the fucking week. Especially since I'm a big Clerks fan. I love the first two movies. I might be the only one of those people that actually loves the second one. I thought the second one was really fucking funny and a lot of heart, and I thought it was honestly a pretty good end to that fucking series. And I remember kept hearing that like he was gonna work on Clerks 3 for a long time, and he kept like going on and off about it like forever. I'm like, when is he ever gonna fucking make this? I was actually shocked when it finally was coming out, but yeah, it's like he'd been working on it for fucking ever. This is a movie that I personally, I was thinking about my buddy going into seeing this because my buddy Bobby Makar, who was a guy who I went to college with, who me and him shared a love for two things: wrestling and movies. And his favorite filmmaker of all time was Kevin Smith. He just adored the dude. Like he literally went to a screening of Red State, and he where Kevin Smith did a live Q&A afterwards, and he got to meet Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith, I don't know what he had a question where it ended up where Kevin Smith invited him up on stage. I think called his girlfriend. He got a picture of him. It was like his profile picture till the day he died. He was such a big fan of Kevin Smith, man. And so, I thought about him, going into this, so like, I know he would have been fucking seeing this. Especially Clerks. Like, it's Kevin Smith's baby, I was worried with this movie that when I saw the trailer, I was like not that impressed. There was a couple jokes I would laugh at. I'm like, I don't know about this. I mean, it's just a tongue in cheek. It seems like too much tongue in cheek for my liking, but we'll see. And Kevin Smith really hasn't made a good movie in like 10 years. I haven't really seen like I didn't see Cop Out. I didn't see Yoga Hosers. I didn't see. I've only seen bits of Tusk. I think the last one I really have watched the whole thing was Red State. I wasn't that big of a fan of it. Um, so yeah. Honestly, as far as the movie goes, I've been talking about everything else. How is the movie itself? I really enjoyed the hell out of it. I really love this movie. It's a movie that, well, again, when I want to you sit and think about it more, and I really, really love it. And it's really a movie that hits home, close to home for me, honestly, right? There's a lot of shit that's been going on in my life right now. Um, it's a movie about our own mortality and growing old and what have we done with our lives? Like it's like Kevin Smith. I forgot Kevin Smith had had a heart attack a few years ago, and I think this is him kind of contemplating his own mortality, or like in a way of doing therapy by making a movie about it. Um, this movie is it's very fucking funny, as you would expect. It's fucking funny. If you've seen the other ones, it's great. Randall is obviously one of the standout fucking characters in any comedy in the last 20, 30 years. I love his fucking character. He's very funny, very relatable. All the conversations they have are very funny and very relatable. They feel like something that people would be taught, actually say, and don't feel like forced bullshit. Um, that's what makes Kevin Smith fucking work. And I like that, like, he actually filmed, as during the Fathom events screening, like after the movie ended, they showed a making of that was like a part of the fucking uh grander, I guess. Apparently the $14 I fucking paid to watch an extra 20 minutes of making of whatever. But whatever. Uh but he like pretty much filmed this back at his old convenience store back in New Jersey. He got permission to do it. And I like that this kind of goes back to what his roots in making a small budgeted movie, which was what Clerks was. It was a very popular fucking movie, and it was a very simple movie about these guys just shooting the shit in the convenience store and not wanting to work there, and it was relatable to everybody. And like I said, they have these relatable conversations. This movie, I did not expect how much of an emotional gut punch it would be. I'll say that. Holy fucking smokes, man. This movie, like from the get go, when you find out Rosario Dawson's, it's a spoiler. Rosario, between the two fucking movies, pretty much a year, like right after the second movie ended, Rosario Dawson's character is killed. Literally, like within like this, like right after. It has to be like right after, while she's still carrying Dante's baby in her belly. She gets in a car crash. She gets killed by a drunk driver in a car crash, and it kills both her and the baby. Like Jesus, movie. Like that's fun. Like alone, that's fucking devastating to hear. And then like I did see, because it threw me off when I saw it. They revealed that she was dead, because I saw her name, Rosario Dawson's name in the credits, and she is in this movie as a ghost. I'm not making that up. It's very weird, but it has its own heart. It has its own heart to it. It has a really beautiful scene at the end. She's involved in a very beautiful scene at the end that will will make you tear up. But if you're not tearing up at the end of this movie, dude, I was fucking. I had like it got pretty quiet for a while in that theater towards the end, man. It's heart wrenching. Honestly, it was heart wrenching. Um, it is still very funny though. I will say that it's very fucking funny. I won't say it's as good as like the first one, or I even like the second one better. But it's very fucking funny. I love the jokes. My favorite running gag in this movie was the character of Elias. What's his name? That was his name, right? Elias, the nerdy guy from movies from the Clerks II. He's in this movie where he begins the movie. He begins the movie as like this guy who he has this friendship with this other Christian, big Christian um, Jesus freak who they start their own like Elias. I said Elias. Yeah, that's right. I said Elias. All right. They have their own like cryptocurrency. They make their own cryptocurrency where they somehow fly flat or fly kites to have Jesus's face on it from Dogma. The Jesus from Dogma's face on it, and they and like if you don't know the plot, Randall has a heart attack, and when he is in the hospital waiting for to hear what's going on with Randall, in the middle of the hospital, he starts to have a crisis of faith and decides to denounce Jesus and starts to hail Satan. And so it's a running gag throughout the whole movie. He's a Satanist throughout the whole fucking movie. Every fucking scene he's in a different outfit, and it gets more and more fucking ridiculous. It's fucking hilarious. It's like distracting. You're supposed to see like sometimes a serious scene. You just see him in the background. Like what the fuck? It is funny though. Like that kept making me fucking laugh. I do like that Jay and Silent Bob now owned a video store and turned it into a weed dispensary. That's funny. I was like that's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, yeah. What else to talk about this movie? Like I said, you liked it. There's a lot of the there's. It's been a while since I've seen the first one, so there's probably a lot of references that went over my head. There's a lot of cameos that I was like, oh, that's cool that they bring people back. You're like, wow, that's kind of cool. I didn't see the recent Jay and Silent Bob movie, so I believe there's some references to that I didn't catch, especially one character in particular popping up out of nowhere. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And apparently, I looked it up. It's like, oh, it's Jay's daughter. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess he's not a daughter now. They're like, if you watched the fucking Jay and Silent Bob sequel, you would have known about it. Like, I guess, all right, well, sorry. I just don't have the fucking time to see everything. Uh, yeah, I really fucking love this movie. I did really like this movie. I think my buddy Bobby would have loved this movie. He definitely would have. If he liked Red State, he would have liked this. I did not like Red State. Yeah, this movie was, kind of Kevin Smith going back to his roots, and it felt cool. It was one of the best movies, probably the best movies made since I can't remember. I think the last movie I really liked of his was Zack and Miri Makes a Porno. And I know I'm probably the only one who does, but fuck it, I liked it. Um, like I said, I will recommend do not fucking bring a Kleenex when watching this movie. It's a hard sit. And especially with shit I've been dealing with lately, I said it was a hard sit to sit through. Also, I want to talk about these Fathom event movies. This is the first time I've ever been to Fathom events. That was a weird ass experience. I come into theater and it's like the movie starts at 7. I went to concessions and there's like a long line for concessions. It's like Jesus Christ. And I get into the movie theater and there's like a countdown clock. I'm like, what? And it's like 7:08 by the time I get into the theater. And it's so like the countdown clock's at like 23 minutes. I'm like, so is that when the movie starts? I mean, the movie was supposed to, so it's not gonna start till like 7 fucking 30? Seriously? Like, what the fuck? Like, why do we gotta wait until fucking, why is there a timer? And then about with 20 minutes left of the timer, it cuts to black. I'm like, okay. And then it starts the previews. I'm like, all right. And then it cuts to black again. I'm like, what the fuck? And and then it cuts to commercials for the Fathom events. Okay, fuck it. Like then eventually it started playing the movies. It showed like future Fathom events that were happening, so are not none of them are coming. We rarely get them, So definitely, we're not getting any like the classic movies like Casablanca, like Friday Frankenstein was on one of them. I know Jeepers Creepers, the new Jeepers Creepers is coming to some Regals, but not mine. Um, yeah, I recommend the movie. I really liked it. Phantom Event. It again. I hate to go back to unfavorable odds. That I mean, you got two movies that show how much low budgets like just just because you have a low budgeted movie, that doesn't make an excuse for you to make a shitty movie. You can make a good movie with a low budget. And those are two examples of how to make a low budget movie and how not to make a low budgeted movie. Um and like the fact that Unfavorable Odds was in more theaters, had more show times at my theater, when I guarantee you probably nobody saw that except me. Like, uh, and the Clerks 3 only gets like one showtime a day and is not going to be on after Monday at my theater. That's bullshit. That is literally bullshit. Like, my Regal's also playing something called Running the Bases. I guarantee you, nobody's heard of that. I looked at the trailer, it didn't look that bad, but it didn't look as bad as like Unfavorable Odds, but yeah, why the fuck? I give up. I give up. Like, it makes me lose faith. No wonder why the movie theaters are fucking failing. It's shit like that. Yeah. Recommend Clerks III. Go see it if you can. Highly recommend it. I got a bunch of reviews this weekend. I'm gonna be having to spread them out because I got my work schedule. I'm working Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We got what the fuck I got here? Got Pearl, Woman King, Running the Bases, and what was the other one? Uh, After Ever Happy. I've never seen any of those movies. Apparently, there's four. This is the fourth one of the whole franchise. I'm like, I have not seen a single fucking one. So we'll see how that goes. I don't have to pay anything to watch it, so I'll watch it. But those, I have a review of all four of those. I don't know how it's gonna be. It might be going into next week too. Some of those reviews. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later.